Hello and welcome to a new show podcast, one of the new show podcasts of all time, and that's a guarantee. I am here. I'm Jerry Aquino. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm here with Chris Mata. How you doing, Chris?
Hey, Jerry.
What's going on?
I'm tired. Are you tired?
I am exhausted.
See, we're so tired. You know what's excellent, amazing, is that we're doing a podcast and a show. We have like two things going on.
Yeah, there are two things happening. The wheels are trucking along, and
Planting
it's been a
seeds.
lot of fun. No, I feel like we found like a nice little groove in it. We got podcast Tuesdays, we got YouTube Thursdays. For you, it's Fridays.
Takes a while to edit a little bit.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it takes a little bit. I mean, that's all part of the magic. We have some fun new edits. Thanking Atticus for the music.
Oh my goodness, yeah. It's still playing right now. I'm gonna turn it
Yeah.
up.
There it is.
Yeah.
Look at that. Doing its thing. Bom, chicka, bom, 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 chicka, bom.
That's awesome.
That's me playing the jingle in my head. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's jump right into it.
Right into it.
We
have questions.
Today we have questions.
Azarath asks.
Azarath asks. We can start with Azarath.
Yeah.
And Azarath asks, she pops off with a crazy question right off the bat. Sydney Sweeney is MAGA? Question mark?
What? Sydney Sweeney from Euphoria.
Sydney Sweeney from Euphoria.
She's nominated for some Emmys.
She has a couple of Emmys for Outstanding Actress.
Did Zendaya get any nominations? You know, it's not a Zendaya question.
It's not a Zendaya question. So
it's
it
all
doesn't
about
matter.
Sydney Sweeney.
We
right?
love Zendaya, and fun fact, I get a comparison to Zendaya at least once a day.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people say I remind them of
You know what? I
her.
should not have reacted like that.
Yeah. What the fuck was... Yeah, let's roll that back. Roll it back. Do
I
an
mean,
editing
of
thing where
course-
you roll it back.
I mean, yeah.
What was that?
Only once a day?
Only once a
That's
day.
what I should be saying.
Yeah, no, I don't. It came out of left field for me. I didn't see it coming.
Jerzaya.
Don't.
Yeah.
Love Zendaya.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
Great actor.
And I am flattered, and I also don't get it, but thank you.
Right.
But I get it strangely a lot.
Yeah. I think it's attitude. Remember, she was Mary Jane in Spider-Man, and she had that
Yeah.
very nonchalant, carefree attitude, and it's very sarcastic.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that.
Maybe it's our frayed ends.
You have frayed ends?
A little bit. I try to keep up with it, but
Yeah.
I think it's
Well,
not so bad.
Sydney Sweeney had the party. She posted on Instagram.
So she had a party for her mother's birthday, right? Her mother's 60th birthday. And they decided to do a theme of a hoedown. It was a whole hoedown party for her mama. They had family there, they had friends over. I mean, presumably she didn't exactly tag and name everyone who was at this party, but there were a few people at the party who were wearing red hats.
Right.
Do we know what the red hats said?
The red hat said, "Make 60 great again."
Yeah, it's a play on words kind of a hat.
It
Make 60 great again.
Yeah. And people just saw red hats. They didn't look to... Because
Yeah.
changing one word doesn't... If you're just glancing, make America, make 60. 60 in America look almost exactly the same if you... Anyhow, so people just saw it and they... Yeah, go ahead.
What if the question is, because it's so close to the MAGA hat, is that like them showing like a fun light support of it? There was also a questionable man in the background that was wearing a seemingly Blue Lives Matter shirt.
Well, okay. I have uncles who... or family who loves Trump. Now, they would be invited to my party. I like it.
Right.
So, I mean, whatever her uncle's wearing or whoever that dude was wearing the
It's true.
Blue Lives Matter
Yeah.
Doesn't even affect her. It's not who she is.
It's not who she
Right?
is.
So.
The pictures weren't a political stance. They were just parties of her and her mother's 60th. Man, her mother's
So
old.
I'm going to go with, it's still a bit ambiguous. Is she MAGA or is she not? I don't know, because she didn't come out and just say, I'm not. She
Yeah.
just said, don't make it political.
She said, "This is ridiculous,
If
guys."
it were me, I would be like, I am not MAGA, F that guy, but my family's here and we were just making fun of it. That's what
Yeah.
I would put out.
Yeah.
But who knows what Sydney, I mean, maybe Sydney Sweeney gets, I don't know. I'm not going to.
Maybe she just comes from a conservative family and she'd rather not bring them all to light because of her exposure to media and things like that. Unrelated, she's really hot.
You know what? I've never seen Euphoria. I only know the story. I don't even know what she looks like.
Yeah,
Sydney
she's
Sweeney.
cool. She's very good. She's
Okay.
a very good actor.
Okay, well, there you go. Who's that was Azarath?
That was Azarath.
Great question.
Thank you, Azarath.
And once again, chiming in first.
Yep. as always.
Wow, thank you.
Kicking it off. Now we've got a new question from, surprisingly, Jenny de Aquino. Thank you. Jenny, also known as Yenny. That's actually true. So Jenny's question is, do you prefer cruising or flying, hotels or Airbnb? Well, fun fact, Jenny, I've never been on a cruise before.
No, I thought she meant cruising.
Cruising?
Like in the car cruising.
I don't think that's what she meant.
Like Smokey Robinson cruising together?
Right.
That's how older people refer to driving. Cruising or flying.
I think she meant cruising, like being on a cruise or flying.
Okay, well, I am
On a
closer
plane.
to her age, and
Yeah.
I would go with I immediately thought driving.
I am closer to her bloodline,
That
and
does not matter.
I know her English
Her jargon, vernacular,
yeah,
words.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I might not know my own from time to time.
Right. I'm just saying that.
I do think she means cruises. Jenny, let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
What do you mean by that?
So okay, so then let's do this. Cruising or flying? Cruise ships or flying?
Flying.
Okay, now cars or flying?
Flying.
You see, we covered it. We did
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Well, we did it.
Flying, definitely.
Airbnbs or hotels?
Airbnbs for sure for me.
It depends. For me, it depends.
Okay, let's go with the example of Corpus. We were in Corpus. We had the choice of a hotel or an Airbnb.
Airbnbs worked for that.
Why? Kitchen,
Yeah.
television,
Yeah.
2 separate rooms. You go to a hotel, you don't get 2 separate rooms. You get 2 beds in the
Yeah.
same room.
Yeah.
No kitchen.
Yeah. I would say if I was like traveling somewhere alone and was like flying through somewhere really quickly, I'd like somewhere to have like accommodations set up for me. That way I could just like go in, crash, leave, have some free breakfast, get out of Dodge.
Oh, so Airbnbs on occasion will have free breakfast.
I have not walked into.
You know what?
I mean, they'll offer coffee.
What we
and
got,
stuff,
I think
but-
it was like $50 more.
Yeah.
And we got a whole lot more
Yeah.
for the 50.
Yeah.
I would say you get a better bargain at Airbnbs, but when I went to Vegas, I stayed at the Sahara, and you get to stay a night there for like $65 at a hotel. You almost can't find that anywhere. So
Pricing wise,
Yeah,
it could work
pricing-wise.
out better at Airbnb.
yeah, so there you
still-
go.
I still have
Good
to-
question.
Good
Yeah.
question.
Get to know a person that way.
Thank you so much, Jenny.
Thank you for the question.
We've got one
Jenny.
from our old friend Jen89,
Ooh, born in '89.
born in 89, from the year 89. Are people mean to others due to life expectancy? Because Asians live longer and then Hispanics after white and black people.
So what's the question again?
Right. Are people mean to each other based on life expectancy? I think she's saying because is there a correlation between how mean we are to each other based on how long we're going to live?
Okay.
Because that coincidentally falls under.
You know what? I don't know if it has to do with race. I do know with age comes you have less tolerance for bullshit.
Yeah.
So I think any race is like, the older they get, stop being an idiot.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think the question pertains to like, if I think I'm going to live 70 years because I am a woman and I think you're going to live 90 years because you're a man, am I going to bully you? Probably. But let's be honest, you're not living longer than I am.
Well, you don't know my life.
I do know that the male expectancy is supposed to be shorter than the woman's, right?
Yeah, but I am the unexpected.
Are you the unexpected what?
I don't know. It sounds like a great movie thing, though, right? Like Chris Mata,
The unexpected Chris Mata, the unexpected what?
I know that. So traveling, dealing with old people anywhere,
Yeah.
they just don't like anybody at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
They expect everyone to outlive them.
I don't know. That's a really good question.
Yeah.
I will say this, that Asian people get upset the best. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I love it when this happens. I love that. Whatever that is,
That feels specifically Japanese.
it is.
Yeah.
I was in Okinawa and also Korea, but I think it was a Japanese man who moved to Korea upset with me for bargaining. That is, a
Sounds like a
sword.
growling cat.
A sword is around the corner. It's a.
That part feels racist.
Yeah, that is not racist. It's cultural.
It's cultural.
It is cultural.
Okay.
And he took a step back, like in a stance, because I was second pricing him, third pricing him. Honestly, I was fifth pricing him.
Why did you have to ask this? Interesting question. Thank you so much.
Very good question. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to go with it's not a racial thing. It's an age thing, right?
Yeah.
And the Asian people get upset the best.
That's a great answer. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Moving on.
Great question.
Do we have a question on Facebook?
I believe it's from Lynn Whitty.
Oh.
And it was about, what is it? California.
I don't have it.
You don't have it? Well, let's see if I can remember it, because it's on the we have a new show Facebook page. You can go to it, and we post things on there. It's not busy. We need somebody for marketing. I'll find somebody for marketing too. Anyway, it was a comment. California will be selling only electric cars by 2035. That was the comment.
2035.
2035.
That's right. California has been the first state in the U.S. to ban full emission gas cars, and it's just the sale of them. So by 2035, they're done being sold, but if you still have a gas car, you can still drive it around. There will still be gas stations, I can imagine. They're not going to be closing them down.
But anything California or New York, anything that those two states do, the country follows suit usually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're the trendsetters. We're the tastemakers, if you will.
The guinea pigs.
I don't know about. Yeah, you know what? True. And then people were upset. We were watching Fox News. Shep Smith, right? We were trying to get that point of view, and he was saying that the electric cars are like 60,000, but Teslas are going to go for 35. I remember back in the day. Plasma televisions were like $15,000. A television like I have here in my apartment was $15,000. This is an LED, but plasma were like 15 grand.
Yeah.
And now you can get a TV for like less than 500 at Costco. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's the sort of new technology, and people are going to be spending. It's the rich people that usually spend a whole lot of money to get these things. So, I mean, by the time 2035 rolls around, how much is a gallon of gas going to be?
How much do you think it's going to be?
It's already here. It's still $5. So imagine, I don't even
9,
10.
Yeah.
Let's just go for broke. It's be $30 a gallon.
Yeah.
I called it.
I mean, there's two ways that we could look at this. I mean, in one part, it's going to be better for the environment, and it's going to be going in a good direction.
Well, go ahead. I didn't mean
to lessen, I don't know, carbon footprint.
Well, yeah, I think it might, but I've heard arguments against it, saying that, I mean, we're still burning coal to make electricity to power these cars, mm-hmm. right? Also, we're now mining nickel as opposed to coal for the batteries. So mining is still happening. We're just changing one for the other. Now, I will say this, that the emissions from cars definitely don't help. If we go all electric, then we just have those smokestacks from the refineries, mm-hmm. right? All those mm-hmm. things. We won't have exhausts all over the city, so I guess the smog would then, in that case, be concentrated over these refineries, right? Instead of all over the city?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So does it make a difference?
It sounds like it would make a little bit of a difference. But what do you think, how do you think this would affect people that already have gas cars and need things like commercial trucks? And what's going to happen with that? Are there going to be electric powered trucks and...
Tesla's making them. You also have 3 electric car makers in China. Li, I believe it. I forget the name, but there's one called NIO. This NIO car, it's NIO. It blows Tesla out of the water.
Really?
You get so Tesla's like a car, but it's just electric, right? And
mm-hmm.
it has like an iPad sort of interface, not an iPad, but that sort of interface. NIO, you get in. I'm not making this up. You get in and you can change what you see inside.
Whoa!
It's insane. It's so nice.
Does it come with a fedora?
And a feather pen.
Well, because Neo. You know Neo.
From The Matrix?
Nope. Neo, the R&B artist.
Nobody knows who that is.
Oh, wow. Leave in the comments. You absolutely know who Neo is.
Back me up.
He has the fedora.
Back me up.
Man,
nobody knows who Neo is, the R&B artist. The only R&B I know is Brian McKnight and Sade. Is Sade
nope.
R&B?
I mean, yeah.
All right, so those are the only two I know then.
That's crazy. I can't believe.
And Barry White.
And Barry White.
Barry White seduced everybody's wife when he's on the speakers. Like if he's in the car, oh baby.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You don't remember the song "So Sick"? So sick
No.
of love
Who is
songs. Neo.
That's why nobody knows. You know what? Leave in the comments. Whose team are you on? Team Jerry on Neo or Team Knows Everything me?
Because it feels like you didn't know that one song. So what is...
I don't know if I appreciate that.
Or that whole artist, which is insane. Because of you. Because of you.
Nobody has ever heard that song.
It's such a good song.
You know what? Because of you, I've heard that song now.
You're welcome.
See what I did?
You're welcome to everyone.
Everyone is welcome.
Yep. All right. Are those all of our questions
I think
for today?
Yeah, we had the 3 on Instagram and then the 1 on the Facebook.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks for your questions, everybody.
Thank you guys for your questions. Keep
What's
them
going on
coming.
in HuffPost?
What is going on in HuffPost today? That's a great question.
The left-leaning, right?
The left-leaning mofos.
Jeez, why are we so divided politically? Doesn't even make sense. We should
I
be
don't
united
even
as
know.
a people.
Yeah. That's kind of where the divide should be. And
As
that's where
long
it
as
seems
the
to
Democrats
really
and the Republicans keep us separated like a wedge in between, arguing about masks or emissions, we should be arguing about how come we have career politicians and how come our money's, where did it go?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, so today on Huffington Post, we do have something very left-leaning. Trump loses it and demands immediate reinstatement as prez.
Good!
Immediate reinstatement as he wants to be he's like, I'm done playing games, guys. That's it. I let you guys raid my house. I let you do I let you blame me for January 6th. That's enough. The playtime's over. I'm president again.
So I think that anybody who's listening to this, that is it okay for an ex-president to do that? I think absolutely not. It might create a civil war, or has the rumblings of it.
Definitely does.
When the Civil War happened, it didn't happen immediately. You had little skirmishes all over the country, like tiny ones, and then it erupted. I think that this guy is dangerous saying things like that, and it's treasonous, and it's anti-American. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
If the other side, so right now you have Trump saying this, right? And the people on the Republicans are like, yeah, of course. But if you were to say, what if Hillary Clinton did that? Would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
Right? Because
absolutely
she won the popular vote.
Right.
And if the answer is absolutely not, then what your person's doing is wrong.
Yeah.
Like, look at it like that. There are laws. Are we a nation of laws or not?
No, we've been a nation of laws when they apply to the people who we want them to conveniently apply to.
So true.
And then when it's Barack Obama, it's absolutely not allowed.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
somebody did a mashup of, I think the Daily Show did this, where they were like, because the Secret Service deleted the texts, and then they were like, what if they reacted the same way to those texts as they did with Hillary's emails? And then they cut to all the clips of them saying things about Hillary's emails.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. And it's interesting. Where did he say this? He said this on his own social media platform.
Yeah, because he's not on Twitter, so he created this thing called Truth Social. It's
Truth
so
Social?
stupid.
Not Truth Social. Oh boy.
It should be called Lies Bad Hair Social.
Lies, bad hair, social.
How is anybody okay with what he's doing, you know?
Well, it's funny you should ask, because Alex Jones, our loving conspiracist podcaster, what has he said? He says, when Trump does something like this, it makes me love him even more. And if such a re-election should pop up, he absolutely has his vote. Shocker.
Well, you know, Alex Jones, funny guy.
Yeah.
I saw a clip of Alex Jones. They were saying that he's accusing politicians of pedophilia and all these other things. And then he goes, you mean like Jeffrey Epstein with the Clintons? In court. And we were like, oh. But he could have also said that Jeffrey Epstein and Trump, he could have also said that.
Yeah.
Photos taken of them together. Jeffrey Epstein with Prince Andrew. I mean, it is a real thing.
Yeah.
So I would say that he's not 100% on everything, but I would say in this instance, he's an idiot.
In a lot of instances.
In a lot of
instances.
I just like that clip of him saying, like Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
And he says it in court, so it's documented.
I mean, ever since he tried to gaslight the parents of
Sandy Hook.
Yep. It's just he's been a lot for me to take in.
We're doing we do this podcast, and if we say something that's conspiratorial or that that's not actual fact or whatever, we're quick to say that we're just joking or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that if you have a platform like that, you're actually causing the public harm.
Yeah.
You're spreading these ideals, and it gets into people's heads.
Which was the whole point of banning Trump from social media.
Yes. Yeah. I could not believe that. Oh, okay, whatever. Yeah, so that's what the Huffington Post is covering, that Trump wants to be reinstated, which is stupid.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the other side is complaining about too.
On the Drudge Report?
Drudge Report, yep, that's the first
What's
thing.
the headline on the Drudge?
The Drudge Report says, and hi.
Drudge refreshes a lot, and I hate it when it does that.
It's doing a.
Sometimes I click on it, and I'm reading it, and
I
then
understand that the website uses cookies, guys.
Yeah, and the link is gone. And we're on it all the time. Why is it even saying cookies?
Why is it
It's
even
been addressed
saying cookies?
before.
Yeah.
Drudge needs to get his stuff together.
Dementing Don. Dementor Don demands new election. Must be held immediately. And he's... We cannot state how immediate this needs to happen 2 years after the election.
He's committing new crimes.
Yeah. He's just doubling down on crimes.
Like, if somebody's like, how come, nobody's ever done this before, it's unprecedented. Yeah, because we've never had a president break these laws before. There were things in place to keep these things from happening.
He's a psychopath.
And why don't laws apply to politicians? I remember I got a ticket one time and I went to go fight it, and I forget whatever, maybe it was Beverly Hills, Burbank or whatever. Anyway, a cop comes out and he talks to another cop, and the cop goes, hey, I got a ticket for whatever. And the cop goes, oh, well, let me just take care of that for you. And I said, wait, so he doesn't have to go to court? I said that and they both looked at me angrily. They were like, oh, it's a professional courtesy. And I was like, but he was a citizen at the time, right? So do I get that sort of citizen courtesy?
Right.
They ignored me, and I went, I'm speaking to you officers. How come he gets a free pass and I don't?
Yeah.
I was so livid. But that's the type of thing that we're talking about.
Yeah.
We are treated differently if we're not in the system. It's not like you have friends go to your bar and you give them a free drink. That's different. Nobody's going to be like, hey, how come I don't get a free drink? I mean, it's at your discretion. But when we're talking about laws that people depend on, that affect everyone.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyhow, so... It's just dumb that they can do that.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that Drudge would spin it. Trump wants a redo.
Yeah.
And then Huffington Post is like, crazy president.
I gave you a free drink last time you were at my bar.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. That was very nice.
I just do that for my friends. I just do things like that. This story, honestly, on both sides seems pretty surprisingly bipartisan on the Drudge's behalf. They're stating out that nothing about the Hunter Biden laptop story is new, and there's no reason that he should be kind of flipping out over it. And yet he insists.
Hunter Biden, that's so dumb.
The Hunter Biden laptop from hell,
Do you
as
remember,
Trump calls it.
There was a laptop stolen from the Secret Service in one of Trump's security, whatever, and they lost an entire backpack. Where's that story? It was never found. It was never followed up on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Google laptop stolen from Trump's car or Secret Service.
What?
That's an actual thing. But yet he's concerned about Hunter Biden's.
Yeah.
That's the same thing as like George Bush Jr. George W. when he was in office, and then 9/11 happened, right? So the Twin Towers came down, and then the twist was, the spin on the story was, we have never been more safe under a president. And you're like, but what? But
But this happens.
How have we never been more safe?
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So stupid.
So he's basically, the more he's getting in trouble, the more he's like, that's it, you guys. You guys have one last chance. And he's kind of trying to over-manipulate the situation.
Yeah.
And now he demands a re-election. So let us know in the comments if you're going to vote.
What? Would you vote for him?
Would I vote in general is the question, right? Because to say that you're going to vote is saying that you respect his treasonous invasion of trying to reinstate his election.
That would legitimize.
Right? Yeah, that would legitimize it.
You know what? I don't know about a vote, but I would go for a hardcore rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, yeah.
3 out of 5. Pay-per-view?
Trump against Biden.
Yeah, because don't put us all through it. Right?
Yeah.
We have to take off work.
Yeah.
But if it's a pay-per-view,
Yeah.
and who would pay for it? Donald
Congress.
Trump.
Oh.
Anyhow, so
I think
yeah.
they should play as well. That sounds fun. Well, okay, that about wraps it up for our stories today.
Yeah.
For the questions and the stories.
But what about Morning Brew? I think we have, 2 minutes? Could we do Morning Brew?
We can do Morning Brew.
What's happening on Morning Brew? Because Morning Brew always brings the fun, the happiness.
That's true. We should bring in some fun before we head out of here.
Also, I put out a thing on Facebook about if you answer these questions, then I would send you a free sticker. And I think I want to do that again. I sent out 2 stickers to a couple of people who answered.
Oh, you
I was
did?
really excited.
Oh, nice. Dude, grab yourself a sticker. Ask a question.
We're going to post on our Facebook, News Show Facebook page or Instagram. Maybe I'll do it on Instagram too. Mm-hmm. And
ask away. Just don't ask me my shoe size. I feel weird about it.
It's a 10.5.
Wow.
Yeah. Yours.
Yeah. There's no need to
It's hard to ignore.
tell the world. Okay, so here's the thing. California is at it again with their bending rules and pushing the bar on liberal nonsense. Students are going to start later in the year. In the year? No, in the day.
Yes.
Yeah, they're moving from 7:15 to 8:30.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Time for breakfast.
Teens need more sleep. You need to be able to catch a bus and it not be dark outside.
Because how often were you in school and not even listening in the first period because you were so tired?
Oh, all the time.
I didn't learn anything.
Yeah.
It's basically, for the teachers, babysitting.
I basically didn't wake up until lunchtime every day.
Yeah. You know what? Feed me lunch before I go to...
You understand how early school is? I was going at 7 a.m. and getting out at 2:30 p.m.
Those poor kids.
What am I doing for the rest of the day after 2:30 p.m.? That's why I was a hooligan after school.
You were a hooligan to the hilt.
There was so much time after school.
We still talk about that to this day.
To not do homework.
Yeah.
It was great.
No, you know what? I'm all for no more school. School is just stupid as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I mean, the kind of education.
No, don't. Have you seen schools? They look like prisons. They're teaching
Yeah, they're
kids
pretty depressing looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want my kids out in a garden living with roly-polies and lizards and stuff. Just hanging out, having a good time, getting all dirty, playing in mud.
Well, you know what? Something about statistics and sleep deprivation is showing that teenagers are doing better getting more sleep, going to school later. Mm-hmm. That way they can stay up late and play video games.
You know what? Good on California. I'm glad.
Play on their Oculus.
I guess that does it because we're almost out of time.
Oh, that does it.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment on all of our channels. You can find us anywhere. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Oh, she's Jerry Aquino.
I am. You know that.